Bro. And bro, Justin, I ain't trying to put you on blast, but I saw that man in tears, bro. I'm not no politician, bro. Listen to the kids, bro. I don't understand it, bro. I've been conflicted, bro. But that, bro. I don't know what's gonna happen tonight. I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow, bro. We the millennials, bro.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Current Gaming Podcast. My name is Charles Blades. I'm here with Drew Scheffler. What's going on, man?
Hello, how is everybody doing?
And I'm here with David Morgan. What's going on?
I'm covered in plaster.
Why is that?
Because I was cleaning up after the construction man who was redoing my bathroom and tore the walls out. So I had to clean all the plaster off my floor.
He tore your walls out?
Yeah, he had to put tiles up. The tiles are very nice, but they're
What color tiles are there?
Like gray marble.
Okay, that's like interesting. That's a. Did you choose it or was it your landlord?
No, my landlord was just like, "You like this?" I was like, "Yeah, it's fine." He's like, "Okay."
All right, well, that's one way to go. So we got a cool show going on for you today. We're gonna talk about The Witcher, maybe getting a TV show. We're gonna talk about some sales for games that came out earlier this year, and then also we're gonna talk about the upcoming games for the rest of the year. But the big news from this week, was Destiny 2 got its full unveil and everything. So we know Destiny. We already knew it was gonna be on PC. It's gonna be sold through Battle.net or Blizzard thing. They changed the name, but they kind of didn't. I don't really know. And then there's a bunch of other like details. Yeah, you want to catch us up on that, David?
Yeah, well, I watched some of the gameplay reveal, and it looked like Destiny. Sometimes when you see a sequel to a game, and you're like, I couldn't find anything like in the UI or anything, or even really the graphics that would really give it away that it was the sequel. I don't know if that's like really a bad thing, but they definitely stuck to the style of the game, and the mission looks fun that they were playing through. The fact that it isn't on Steam is really surprising, and I kind of had to do that like Black Dynamite, like think through the steps scene where I was like, okay, Bungie is owned by Activision, who work with.
Bungie's not owned by Activision; they're partnered.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Partnered with Activision, who then
Activision, Blizzard are one company.
Yeah, a conglomerate. So that makes sense that it's on Battle.net.
Yeah.
Some people were making that a way bigger deal than it really is. Like, the reason they did it is so they don't have to give Steam 30% of the cut. That is probably the bottom line there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Steam is the end-all, be-all anyways. But anyways, the game looks fun. I know they're making some changes to Crucible being 4v4. What was it before? I don't even remember.
6v6.
Yeah, 6v6.
See, that's
so like, I think
weird.
I don't know how I feel about that, because on one hand it's a lot easier to have a whole team when you go into the Crucible, as opposed to having that. But then I'm also like not that good at it. So like in 4v4, you're like, you have no one to hide behind, kind of more so than 6v6. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't.
You're literally 25% of your
team. Opposed to What do you think, Drew? What was your take on this whole thing?
When Destiny first came out, I think we were all pretty. We jumped into it pretty deep. I think. Now, of course, the game didn't really come out to the standards that I think everybody expected. What I'm most excited for about Destiny 2, though, is. Now, David, you did mention like the same engine is how the game's running. So the game doesn't look spectacular. It looks the same. I'm excited, though, about the accessibility that they're adding through now, because we were never able to really do raids or strikes before without having friends that were already a part of the raids or strikes. And now...
fucking casuals.
Yeah, because we're casuals. I mean,
not only that, it's hard to get a group of 6 people together all at once when everybody else...
And adding the accessibility to be able to search for that is huge, because I think like that would have added so much more to my first playthrough and everything of Destiny if I could have even just jumped in with some random people online and played the strikes. Other than that,
term they're using, Sherpa.
Sherpa's great.
Sherpa you through the raids, which led me on a Wikipedia adventure because I didn't know who the Sherpa people were.
Yeah, no. Just the quality of life stuff in general. So stuff like that, the you don't have to go to orbit anymore.
No, orbit's awesome. The new weapons, abilities, supers, all look phenomenal.
Yeah, I think the Warlock. Honestly, we all played Warlocks, right?
Yeah, the Dawnblade Super.
It looks cool, and
badass.
They added the so like the Warlock has the like levitate or whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah, like a little hover.
And so now like when you come down, you can do the quick drop. Did you see that where you can heal yourself like while you come down?
Yeah, with the shield kind of.
And I'm like that's like really awesome. So like my main class got kind of catered to in a little bit. I don't know how much
we can help more.
Yeah, basically.
We're more support.
Be, Emperor Palpatine.
Yeah, so that's something I'm not clear on. Are the old like supers and like abilities, are they still in this?
From everything I saw, it doesn't look like any of the old like weapons and all that. It doesn't look like any of that's carrying over. Another thing I want to bring up though is the dedicated story. Now I know a lot of people were super pissed when they first announced that none of your shit was carrying over. You know. Light levels in general, gear.
Also, the light system's still in this, right?
Light system's still
That's
in
fucking
this.
stupid.
Yeah. What I like is when they revealed the dedicated story, and I think that the story is going to be, you know, in terms of the first story, 20 times better, because it looks to me that they're actually putting some work into it, and there's actual context as to what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So, in the way, I don't know if you guys saw or read or what, but what happens is the main baddie in this one, he actually takes away your light, your abilities. So the fact that you don't carry over that stuff is making sense story wise.
And they blow up the tower.
And they blow up the tower, and for me that's fine. That makes sense, you know. Yeah. Whereas if they were just like, here's Destiny 2, still multiplayer focused, and you don't have any of your shit.
It's like Metroid. You gotta get all your shit back.
Yeah, so I like that they at least the story has an explanation for it instead of them just pulling it out of the thin air.
The thing about that is like so in I guess like the story, the way they frame it in the first game, it's like the reason you can respawn is because you have the light or whatever, right? Like,
I think the ghost brings you back.
So like how do you like if you die in this game, can you just not respawn? Is that like you know what I'm saying? Like just narrative wise, that's a little, like I'm sure they'll explain it somehow. But
I think you still have the ghost, but I don't know if the ghost has anything to do with the light. The light's like your powers.
Yeah, so I'm not super clear on it, but yeah, it is interesting how it's all gonna work.
I'll tell you one thing, I'm disappointed. Where's my SRL? Where's that at?
Oh, Sparrow Racing? I was shit at that. Did you do that, David? I can't remember.
I was a big fan.
What was it?
The Sparrow Racing League?
Yeah.
Oh, I fucking loved that. I was so pissed when they got rid of that.
I was
my favorite part.
I was like so shit at that. Yeah, so like nothing like there were some takeaways and stuff like that we can like I think are good quality life stuff. I do kind of fall into the camp that it is just like it's more Destiny. It's not like really they're adding anything
this
like
is A-Team. The
revolutionary.
B-Team was working on the shitty new DLC. A-Team was working on Destiny 2. And if Bungie has shown us anything, it's that they can do sequels and make them better than the original. So I hope that after the development hell of Destiny 1, this one they got their shit together.
Yeah.
They had the time and they scrapped the whole fucking story, 75% of the way in and be like, well, we gotta get this out the door. And it was still okay. So, I think with a completed timeline, they'll really pull through.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah, we shall see. Speaking of things we're gonna see later in the year, Ubisoft did their earnings call, which if you don't know is like when they just talk to investors and stuff about things they have going on like for the rest of the fiscal year. And basically like while that was going on, like because you can listen into these earnings calls, like so like everything they're talking about is obviously going to get announced. They announced that they are doing Far Cry 5, The Crew 2, and then Assassin's Creed what's it called? Origins, right? The Egyptian one.
Mm-hmm.
Are all coming out this year or within this quarter or this fiscal year, but they're gonna come out this year.
Yeah, most likely this year.
So yeah, I feel like that's kind of big news. Did you play? We both played. Drew and I played Primal. Did you play Primal, David? I can't remember.
No, I didn't.
But you liked 4, right?
Love
Far Cry
4.
or 4, yeah, Far Cry
4 is awesome.
Well, isn't Far Cry 5 is rumored to be a Western game?
Well, so the big rumor is, I guess there was a live action TV commercial being filmed in Montana for a game, and the people, I guess somebody there like put that online, and everybody's like, oh, it must be Red Dead, because that's the natural assumption for a Western, and apparently it turned out that was Far Cry. And then during the earnings call, I guess one of the investors asked Yves Guillemot, the CEO of Ubisoft, like, are you guys worried about Red Dead Redemption 2? Competing? And he was like, It's not a Western. It's not. It might be set in Montana, but it is not a Western. I thought that was like pretty funny that rumor got that high up. You know what I'm saying?
But okay? So I thought it was just a rumor that Far Cry 5 would be a Western, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not that they confirmed that picture was from Far Cry 5, because another series that Ubisoft actually does is Call of Juarez.
Yeah, so
which is a Western.
Yeah, that could be true too. That would be really cool for a lot of people. I know it's a kind of a beloved.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Honestly,
is anyone surprised? Let's see. All of these games are sequels.
Yeah, no, it's not been
Ubisoft properties.
Yeah,
so it's not really shocking, but it is cool that we're getting some.
Yeah, for sure. I'm sure they'll have a whole blowout at E3.
Plus, don't forget the big news: Mario Rabbids crossover game.
Yeah, that's they had 2 unannounced games. I'm sure that gets announced at E3 too.
We gotta have the Mario Rabbids.
So
where you can play as Mario, Peach,
E3
Luigi,
next week.
and Rabbid,
Mario, Peach, and Luigi, which is always good. The diversity is awesome.
Yeah, but the more major thing I think from the Ubisoft investor call was that South Park, the Fractured Butthole, has a release date of October 17th. I think that sounds right. October something.
October 17th.
For me. That's coming with the first game as well, right?
Yeah, if you buy it like within a certain amount of time, you get the first game with it too.
Or if you find a loophole.
Or if you.
I love when they do that.
or if you pre-order it or whatever, you can put the you know what I'm saying. But like the Stick of Truth was my game of the year the year it came out, and like that game is fantastic.
Really?
Yeah, for
Stick
sure.
of Truth was fantastic.
It's so good. You should definitely play it.
I'm gonna when this one comes out.
Yeah, it was really good. Overall, I don't know how I feel. Like, obviously, I feel like I'm excited for the Fractured Butthole, but at the same time, I don't know how much they can really do different.
They got the grid-based thing, right?
They have the grid-based thing and everything, yeah. But I know it'll be good.
I'm sure it'll be
Mario combat. Right?
If it'll be as good.
The first one was like turn-based.
Yeah.
So like more, yeah. And then
more like side scroll beat 'em up.
No, this one is more grid-based, kind of like Fire Emblem. So it's like kind of an evolution of that. And like the combat in the first one, I thought was like there's some like cool like timing stuff that you have to do, like where you deflect stuff.
Like Mario RPGs.
Yeah. So I'm super interested to see how they take that, and I'm sure like the material they're like parodying with like the superhero comic movies and stuff like that. I think it's really fucking funny.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Where it's like they're all like all the kids are like fucking superheroes. And like they're in Cartman's basement, and he has like the schedule for when all their solo movies are coming out, like on the
just like the Marvel
that's fucking universe. Hilarious.
Yeah.
And that's super. It's super cool that this is actually getting made, because I wasn't sure that we were gonna get another one based on how like everything shook down with the last one, where it was originally being developed by THQ or published by THQ, and then they went out of business and stuff like that. So yeah, super cool that is being developed. Speaking of being developed, Life is Strange 2 is in development. Which, David, you didn't play this. You don't fucking care about Life is Strange, right? It's got women in it. You're like, nah.
No, not interested. Thank you.
Not interested. Life is Strange 2. Let's see.
But did you like Life is Strange, right?
It was fine.
Yeah.
Life is Strange, I don't think. All right, you can hate me all you want. I don't think it's as good as it's made out to be. The narrative of the game was all right, but like the idea of the game was good.
Yeah.
I think for Life is Strange 2, obviously we're not going to see anything for a while. I don't think. If they work on the narrative a lot more, the game itself could surpass the first one.
Yeah, with the first one, I felt like they did a good job developing Chloe and Max and a few other like periphery characters, but I felt like as a whole, I really liked the whole time travel mechanic and how like that works in an adventure game kind of setting. I thought that was really cool. But like really the end, I guess, is my biggest complaint with the game, because like there's 2 endings you can get, and one of them is like I think he's pretty cool and heartfelt and stuff like that. The other one sucks ass. Like really it's bad. Like you weren't supposed to choose that one. Like it's like I'm just like that was kind of fucking half-assed. If you ask me, and like I feel like in a way it's just like you could have just stuck to your guns and just made it one ending if you wanted it to be like that. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have to have this choice at the end.
Yeah, I think that, like you said, there was one that was what you should pick, and there's one that you shouldn't pick.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone liked the better ending, and I don't think there was really a need for the second ending.
Yeah.
Give us a conclusive ending. Like, this is the one.
Yeah. Tell your story.
Especially if you're going to, Life is Strange 2 is going to be about Max and Chloe again.
Yeah, it's like you fucked everybody.
You fucked everybody, so what? They're going to see what everybody picked because they have those stats. And they're going to see that, like, 95% of the fucking people picked ending 1, the good ending. So, I don't know. Either way, I'm hella excited.
Oh, yes, yes. Well, that's cool that it sold that well. Speaking of games selling, the 10 best games that sold in April was just released by MPD, and it's kind of, I don't want to say predictable, but a few surprises here, specifically Persona 5 being second. I thought was like, that's pretty good. I mean, they had the whole month to do it.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like
I'm surprised that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is number 1.
You think so?
Oh,
For a
how many
console
days
that
is
came out 2 months ago?
I guess that's
also,
true.
They're taking the sales of April. Mario was out for how many days?
And it was out for 2 days that
2 days.
they counted. So
for 2 days, it outsold everything else.
Surprising. That is surprising.
I suppose. I guess that's good. I wasn't really surprised by it. I was like, yeah, Mario Kart.
Well, Mario Kart. I mean, it's the game to play right now if you've already beat Legends out on the Switch. And the article says it doesn't include digital sales either. I think Switch being a handheld / home console, I mean, I think digital sales would have boosted it even more.
Oh yeah, for sure,
I bought it digitally.
Yeah, so
it's only like 9 gigs or something.
Yeah, it's not. But
I
yeah,
physical.
I was super happy. Persona 5 was
Oh, I'm very happy.
Was that high up. I think that's really good because that's more of a niche kind of game. Not that like Persona is big, but it's not like Final Fantasy level big. You know what I'm saying? As far as JRPGs go, and to see it up that high, I felt like it was a really good thing. So if you like scroll down a little farther, there's some other things. I think the best selling game of this year to date is Ghost Recon's Wildlands.
Really?
And For Honor are 1 and 2, which not like. Don't get me wrong, I'm not like in love with those games. I don't play those games either, but like it just shows like how big those like the kind of Ubisoft was it like pay like one-time entry and it kind of builds on itself like the evolving
marketing. How big the Ubisoft marketing is.
I suppose.
I don't know. I think
Who
Ubisoft
was talking about Wildlands? Like there was no like, bro, check out this
there's
game,
a huge. I think there's a huge community of Wildlands that we're not even like.
Yeah, we're just not tuned into.
We're not tuned into it. I think Ubisoft as a whole, every game they release for the most part, it's like for the company personally, I love to hate them and I hate to love them because I'm such a sucker for all these games. Like I would play Ghost Recon, I'll play the new Far Cry, I'll play the new Assassin's Creed. Oh, look, I've played all these Assassin's Creeds. Am I happy that I played them all? No, because some of them just absolutely suck. But like, there's something about it that just for me, from when I really started getting into games outside of Nintendo, which I grew up on, was on Xbox. I was playing Assassin's Creed 2, I was playing Far Cry 2 and 3. So for me, I don't know. It's just like everything they release is like, well, this looks the same but better, so I'm gonna play it.
Yeah, and I feel like the whole games of service model, I feel like is a big draw for people because they know like if you buy For Honor, when you're buying that, you're not just buying like the story of For Honor, you're also buying like whatever DLC they come out with later on in the year. So it's like not like it's an investment kind of thing. It's the way
you're buying into a community too. I think there's each one of the Ubisoft games that supports multiplayer, Ghost Recon, For Honor, even Assassin's Creed to an extent. I think they all have their own online communities that if you're into that, you're gonna have people to play with.
I don't know, but yeah. But the thing that apparently isn't selling that well, even though it fucking kind of is Resident Evil 7, which since from when it came out to March 31st sold 3.5 million units, which I feel like is a strong number.
That's a lot of units.
But apparently Capcom's goal for that game is 10 million, which is just like no, like that's not happening.
That's not how you do that.
Yeah, so like while it's selling good, it's like it just has these expectations where it just can't live up to it for the kind of game that it is. And that kind of bums me out that like you see like having these overly optimistic expectations for a game that like probably can't sell.
No matter how well it sells, they're gonna be disappointed.
Yeah. So like and they can kind of use that as justification. Like, well, it didn't reach expectations. Well, we have to go back to the Resident Evil 6 like fucking action model kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
I hope they don't do that. Now, I think that Resident Evil 7, good game. I think it did well. Okay, for them to even think that a goal of 10 million units was obtainable is just laughable. I mean, I look at they posted financial reports on their company website, and the number one game that they've sold over time, according to their website, Resident Evil 5, at 7.2 million units. So what makes you think that 7 is even going to reach 10 million? I mean, you completely
Here's
changed the
thing.
format of the.
They changed the whole gameplay from
Yeah.
being third-person action game to first-person. Fans of the series liked, and then you release a 9 or 10 hour long single player game and expect it to sell 10 million units. And yes, they will use this as justification for going back to fucking 5's over the top punching boulder gameplay in the next installment and be like, well, apparently the fans don't want this because Capcom's pulled this bullshit before. Mega Man Legends, they're like, we just don't think that the community wants another Mega Man Legends game, and if we saw that kind of demand, we would consider making one. And everyone was like, but we do, though. And they made a petition, and they're like, no, sorry, there's not 20 million of you willing to buy this game, so it's not even worth the time. They just have these like grandeur ideas of how well their game should sell. And I don't know where they're getting these numbers from.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's kind of you have to understand how big your company is. Like Capcom, for all they've done in the past and stuff like that with great games, like you said, Mega Man and stuff like that, they
OG
aren't
Resident Evil. I mean, they
Yeah,
have good games.
they aren't on the level of Activision with Destiny, and they aren't on the level of an EA with even Mass Effect or like sports games or
Right, or Naughty Dog with Uncharted.
yeah, it's not. They don't have that same kind of power.
Yeah, I mean, Uncharted 4 has sold like eight
Yeah,
times the amount of
yeah,
copies. So
Yeah.
You like Sega? A little bit of a diversion though. Sega is fucking killing it right now. They're
Yeah.
porting Platinum games to PC. People are eating them up. They're selling them for $20, which is totally a fair price.
yeah,
They've got this should have been a story in itself. They've got the Sonic what is it called? Sonic
Forces.
Forces, and then
They've got
There's the
OC
3D
in
one
that
and the
game.
2D one. Yeah.
You can make your own OC character. And while,
Yeah.
I personally
can jerk
don't
off
give a
to it.
shit about that, they've nailed their fan base. They know exactly
Mm-hmm.
what their fan base wants, and they finally are tuning into that. I feel like the game is going to sell like fucking hotcakes. Like Sega, I think is going to do really well this year. If that game is, at least even sort of good.
I hope so.
They're making all the right calls right now, I think, and I'm very excited to see what kind of things they've got in the works in the future.
Yeah.
Capcom's kind of notoriously been shitty with their business ideas, so none of this is a great surprise, but it's still a bummer. And I hope that they take Resident Evil in a favorable direction, but time will tell.
Yeah,
kinda
it's kind of This is kind of a lesson on staying in your lane. So yeah, somebody that's not apparently staying in their lane is Nintendo, with bringing the Legend of Zelda, I guess, to mobile devices, which is their whole deal with DNA, which is the mobile company. Which, if you don't know, they did the whole Super Mario Run and what's
5 games by the end of 2017.
Yeah,
is the goal.
Miitomo, Super Mario Run,
Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go is not part of this.
It's not part of
That's what's the developer?
Nintendo does not own Pokemon.
What's the
game
stockholders
Freak
didn't know
owns
that.
Yeah, no. What's the developer that made Pokemon Go? Niantic.
Oh yeah.
And what's the
Oh,
Fire Emblem?
Yeah.
So apparently another one they want to do is Zelda. I just kind of wanted to get your taste. Would you guys want a Zelda mobile game? And if so, like what kind of? How do you see this going? Pass? Hard pass?
No.
No?
Not a hard pass.
Not it. Go ahead.
I don't. It depends on how the gameplay is. I mean, if it's like,
Uh-huh.
I was never that into the handheld Zelda games. Like, I never played Link to the Past, and I know it's fucking treason for a lot of people, but I played some of the DS games, and I was like, all right. So I guess if it's kind of like that overworld, like handheld thing, I have a Switch now. I've got Zelda on the go. I don't need a Zelda on my phone, and if it is on the phone, I would want it to be like some kind of cool offshoot, like a fucking.
A Tingle game.
I don't know. Like I could imagine like a
Tingle.
like a
Tingle's
housing market
Adventures.
simulator, some bullshit like that. But a straight Zelda game in 3D with real-time action, I don't know. The fans of the series already know where to go for that stuff, so I feel like they have to do something slightly different to really capture that market.
Yeah, what are you feeling, Drew?
Well, the article where we got this news from, I'll tell you first off, the most exciting thing about this article is the potential for a handheld Pokemon card game. That's what piqued my interest out of this. But to go back to Zelda here, I think what they could do well is if they bring it back to OG Zelda stuff. No matter how they do it,
because like Adventures of Link kind of thing.
That's the game style. That's the. I mean, that's what you're gonna have to do. You're not gonna get a Majora's Mask on there. You're not gonna get like, even though that's not superior graphics to today's standards. That's a phone's not gonna run that, and if a phone runs that, it's gonna die in like an hour.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a pass for me, but I'll play it, but it's a pass because it's the same thing as the other 3 games that Nintendo's released: Fire Emblem, Mario, and Miitomo.
Mm-hmm.
I downloaded them, played them for a week, and I said,
"No,
why the fuck's this on my phone?
Yeah.
Give me Brick Breaker."
I actually liked Mario Run on my phone, to be honest. I thought
I'm not paying, how much is it? $20?
$10.
Not paying that fucking money for a mobile game.
I thought it was actually like a pretty neat idea, and I think what they could do with the Zelda game is like kind of like, because Zelda, like the puzzles is like the biggest part of Zelda.
Yeah.
If they incorporated like it making a puzzle game, like strictly a puzzle game, not there's no combat, anything like that. I feel like that might. Not like Bejeweled, no, but like I don't know, make it like, you know what I'm saying, like kind of have that touch. I feel like that could like really like kind of harken like
Zelda's
the thing.
Brain Trainer.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I don't know, but in the end, at the end of the day, is it really gonna catch me? Probably not, but maybe
But
it's
gonna catch some people.
Yeah, for sure. It's Zelda. Like, I'm sure somebody's gonna love it. Speaking of things that somebody might love. I don't know, that was a bad one.
They're all bad. They're all bad transitions.
The Witcher is getting a TV series developed by Netflix, which is, what's the guy's name that wrote it's like Anton Sokolov. It's not that.
No. Most, like, stereotypical.
Andrzej Sapkowski. So whatever, he's Polish.
Call him Andre Sap.
He's developing this show at Netflix. So apparently, I guess back in the day before it was like a thing, he gave the rights to The Witcher for video games to CD Projekt Red, because apparently the story goes like he hates games. He doesn't like that The Witcher is part of the games at all. He doesn't like any of this. So he sold the rights off, which kind of sucks for him because he ain't getting that bank now with Witcher 3.
Right.
But he's working with Netflix to make this show, and CD Projekt has nothing to do with it. But the what's it called? The animation company that made, I guess, a lot of The Witcher Wild Hunt kind of marketing stuff and like trailers is doing stuff with this. We don't know.
Okay.
They have something to do with it. What that means, I don't really know. I'm just kind of curious because we had that story about a Zelda TV show like 2 years ago. I can't remember when it was. And nothing really ever came of that. Like, what is your guys' like feelings on this? Would you watch a Witcher TV show?
Oh yeah,
check it out.
It's based on the books. I haven't read the books, but I know enough about them that they're very deep in their lore.
Yeah.
So they have a lot of density in the world building and the character development. I feel like it could translate really well to a show. Definitely better than like a movie. If it was a movie, I'd be like, no. It's gonna be way too shallow to like really capture the depth of what he's going for. Netflix has been on fire lately.
True.
So I have no doubt that they can bring this to life in a really cool way. If it's animated, I'm probably not going to be as interested. Not because I just hate animated things, but because it's either going to be shitty looking 3D or shitty looking 2D.
Yeah.
That's like your options. So I'm just like, I'd rather just be live action at this point. But I'm sure Netflix will do something cool.
Let me ask you guys a question. Do you think that the book sold better or the trilogy is sold better?
What are you talking about?
I would
the
Witcher
series.
Say the games have sold better. It's just a guess. I really have no
I don't really know.
Just a guess.
I don't really know. The books are held like in high regard in like Poland and Eastern Europe. Is like,
this isn't Poland.
I mean, still, like, I'm sure he doesn't really care.
True, but what I'm saying is, where do you think the base of their audience lies?
Because
honestly, I played a little bit of Witcher 3 and a little bit of Witcher 2. I didn't even know it was based on a book. I didn't really. I mean, treason. I know they're all right, but like I couldn't
Let's keep
really
talking
get
about
into 'em.
treason. There's real treason going on. We need to kind of like lay off treason. I feel like.
No, that's fine.
Too soon.
But I personally think that their base is probably bigger in video games, and I think that if it's going to be based on the book, and they said that it's not about Geralt really, it's about new characters who are funny, and what does it say? That are funny,
Just funny.
and
It's a comedy.
funny and no,
It's a
they're
comedy.
funny and original.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're not going to know who the characters are, and if they're really going to bring some kind of humor into it, I mean, from what I played of Witcher, it's not funny.
I mean, I don't know. I think Witcher's kind of funny.
it
I
has.
think Geralt's funny.
I think every game has its moments. It has where it tries to be funny, but I don't think if you're gonna make a TV show about it, I don't think like something saying like, oh well, the characters are gonna be original and funny. That's not something that's appealing
It's a
to me
win-loss
as a
for me,
Witcher
'cause-
fan.
Yeah, because they've got the world to work with, so I'm glad they're going original now. With that in mind, because I'd rather them just do their own thing because they have more creative freedom that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, funny. Maybe that's just like maybe they don't mean like haha funny. You know,
They got
It's like
one-liners every
Goodfellas. Am I
episode.
haha
Funny,
funny?
yeah.
Or am I just like they're just funny? They're kind of like funny guys, you know.
Funny looking.
Good
See,
you know?
the thing I take is I don't want really a Witcher show that's like kind of like Game of Thrones or like all these other high fantasy shows where it's kind of like we're hearing about the
All
fucking
these? Name two other ones.
what are the fucking ones called? The motherfucker.
I'm
That's
calling
the
you
name.
on this.
No, what are the high fantasy shows?
Game of Thrones.
I'm asking you.
All right.
All these other high fantasy.
There's
shows.
other high fantasy shows.
Of course there are, but like big ones, no.
Yeah,
not really.
yeah, like shit that's on Showtime and shit like that I don't really care about. That's like pretty big. Like yeah, they exist. I can't name them.
one.
I don't fucking watch them because I'm not interested in that much.
Okay, then they're not big.
They are
I
big.
haven't heard of them. It doesn't matter.
Oh,
It doesn't
you're.
matter.
But what?
Do you think it's really going for the Game of Thrones audience? Though?
That-
Do you think
that's
they're gonna
honestly-
capitalize on that?
100%. I just kind of feel like I don't want the whole like Novigrad
Here's a hot take.
like yeah.
George R. Martin is not really that good of an author. Ooh.
Why is that?
Oh no, treason!
Is he just? Yeah, I mean, I've read some of the like, very small sentences, very basic he said, she said dialogue. Not a whole lot of, not a whole lot of. And I don't need it to be like fucking F. Scott Fitzgerald or anything, but not much flowery language in there to kind of break the monotony of his writing style. That's just my opinion, of course. But I think that they handled the Game of Thrones show very well, given what they had to work with. So I can imagine in the hands of, someone who really knows how to write literature very well, not saying that George R. R. Martin doesn't, it's just my opinion. But I think that this could be, if they don't just make it a fucking sitcom, apparently, could be very compelling.
Well, I see. I'm more into that idea where it's kind of like if each episode was like kind of like one of the side quests from The Witcher, where like maybe he fights a werewolf in one episode and then fights a ogre in the next episode or whatever.
Yeah, like little
I
standard
think that would be a lot better than like the whole high fantasy like warring factions of fucking what
I
is
don't think
this?
they're gonna go that broad with it.
I mean, I don't know. Like it's
I have no idea. I'm talking out my ass.
yeah. The last time we have on there, speaking of fighting things, arms. You're fighting kinda, but you play volleyball too.
Killing.
You
Um,
play volleyball too.
Yeah, you play volleyball too.
Oh, expand on that because that's not. You get to slam some people into a hoop.
Yeah.
They are the ball. You slam them into the
Yeah, I was really hoping for an actual basketball, but I'll take it.
No, this is way cooler.
Yeah, so they announced a few new characters. I
Twin
can't
Tails
tell.
girl is
Yeah,
number
that-
one.
She's
Twin Tails number one.
She's the hot one, right?
She is
She
the
is
hot one.
mommy.
She's
The hair arms with the
Yes.
Yeah, she's thick
Yes.
That's the one.
Yep.
You should
with 2 C's.
type her in on Twitter.
Nope,
You'll
I'm
see
good.
A lot of awesome pictures.
But yeah, they're having a demo for that on May 26th through the 28th, June 2nd through the 4th. We'll check that out. Get back to you on
Very
kind
good.
of our feelings about it.
Cannot wait.
Yeah,
Yes.
super excited.
Yeah, I think
Sold
the
everybody on
the
Yeah.
Nintendo the Direct, I feel like that sold kind of the internet on ARMS. I'm not gonna lie, I was super down. Like when they did the Switch showcase thing,
Hmm.
and they came out with fucking ARMS. I was the first one to be like, "What the fuck is this? This is
You
a
were trying to tell
fucking
me it
joke."
was developed by Platinum.
That was the rumor at the time.
Try the Mario Kart 8 developers. right?
Yeah, it's the Mario Kart 8 team.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So that's why that explains the music. But,
yeah, yeah, the music's awesome, and Biff, the
Biff,
announcer's
yeah,
fucking
the
awesome.
announcer's badass,
Where's
too.
Biff from?
I have
keep
no
hearing
clue.
about Biff.
From
He's
ARMS.
he's the. Did you watch the Direct?
He's the
Yeah.
announcer.
He's like the
Oh,
announcer.
no, I know that, but he's back.
Oh, I don't know what the
Just
fuck
don't know
he's
what he
from.
was in before.
Oh, I think he was just from the first direct because he was in the original
Oh,
Arms
okay.
direct.
Okay.
Yeah, the Arms direct was awesome. It's like you guys said, it sold a lot of people on Arms. Everyone's excited that I know of about the demo coming out, the test punch.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what it didn't sell. Well, really didn't sell me on was like Splatoon 2.
Yeah.
There was like I have no context. I never played Splatoon, so I don't really know how the story goes. But it literally just looked like you shoot a bunch of shit and you figure out some puzzles. I should have had some. I mean, I just wanted more context to like what the story's about. That's
they just
all.
assume people know, or they're just trying not to give too much away.
They would assume.
Plus,
wrong.
I mean, Splatoon's story. I don't know. I don't feel like the audience is like riding on that or anything.
Yeah, well,
We'll
you know, it's that and Salmon Run, so.
Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of the news of the week. Now we're gonna kind of go into what we've been playing. I know me and David have been. We're like 5 or 6. That's for me. I think you played more by yourself and with other people of PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, which is the worst name for a game, and it's made by where are they from? Here, you do the intro on this game. I don't know where they're from.
I don't know. Let me find out.
What the fuck?
PlayerUnknown's Battleground, made by a guy.
Is it just one guy or is it a team?
No, it's a team. But the director, I think, worked on original Arma mods that basically spun off into this like Hunger Games free for all.
King of the Kill kind of
genre. Yeah. So he's cut his chops in the genre already, and I think he just knows what makes these games fun and how to keep it clean and simple. So the game, everyone knows about it because it's all over Twitch. It's like
it's like the biggest game that like video game sites in general like don't like, because these kind of games like you have to, and it works the same with like H1Z1 and Dota and Rust and all these kind of like, you have to be hardcore into these communities to kind of care about them, where they don't get picked up a lot. And World of Tanks is a similar one, where it's like I could give a fuck about these games, but like they do have a huge audience that like just doesn't get talked about that often. And it kind of falls into that kind of thing. So, what have you been thinking about it, David?
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
I'm definitely compelled to play it. Like, pretty much, at times I'm just like, I'm gonna hop on PlayerUnknown's. It's fun alone, but it's way more fun with. It's very nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
It was very unoptimized. It was very hard for me to get to run well, but I assume that's just early access. Kind of not the kinks. It's way tense. Like I'm surprised at how much heat we were getting at the beginning of some of those games. It's just really unpredictable, and it just kind of it tells its own story every match, which I like. It's like very what's the word? When the gameplay just kind of like unfolds on its own. I can't think of the term people use.
Oh, like for Zelda, like kind of does it emergent?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Emergent?
But it's just emergent gameplay. Yeah, that's it. So it's all about positioning, and it's all about being able to tell when to run and when to fight.
Yeah.
Which I really like. It's a lot of fun. I can't really explain it. It's just such a weird phenomenon. I just wanted to play it to see what all the fuss was about, and I ended up liking it more than I thought I would. I'd never played one of those games before, and I was looking for something to play on my PC, and it was just time was right. So we hopped in and played a few games. Did pretty well sometimes.
Yeah, we do okay. We have the one. So I have two like frames of mine for Battlegrounds. One is that the game I think is like kind of shitty in that it doesn't I don't think the shooting is that good. I don't think not like I don't think the UI is good. I don't like it. It has a lot of rough around the edges, kind of to a fault. I feel like in a lot of ways. But the thing I keep going back to though is we had one game where we did pretty well. And we had a moment where me and you were on either side of a wall, and this guy was like running through the wall, and we were like, all right, let's just be cool, and we'll let him come fall right into our lap, and then we popped him, and he goes down, and then we tried to pull the same move 5 minutes later on another guy, and then we both missed, and he fucked us both up.
Yep.
And that kind of stuff, like you can't get that in a traditional like kind of shooter, like when that moment is like super tense and super well done. So I feel like that's kind of the charm of this game, even though it has everything kind of working against it in the way that it's optimized, in the way that it runs, in the way that it looks, and stuff like that. But it's still manages to be fun in a lot of ways.
It just knows how much to pull you in, how much to invest, and then how easy it is to get back into a game. It's just the perfect balance. The matches are the perfect length for what it is. They're not too long. They're not like 7 days long like in H1Z1. And it's just very easy to get back into. And so I think that's why people are playing it, is just because you just hit play and you're in a game.
Yeah.
It's a huge part of it. It's very fluid. So it has a lot of work to be done on it. I'm excited to see where they take it. I know there are more maps planned and more weather, like snow planned and stuff like that. So I think it's only going to get better. So I'm very excited to see what the future holds for that game.
Yeah, same here. Drew, you just platinumed Watch Dogs 2.
Yeah.
Which came out last November. Ubisoft is the sequel to Watch Dogs.
Yeah, just like I said, hate to love, love to hate. You know,
Yeah.
I had to play that Watch Dogs 2. Played the first Watch Dogs. Just a quick bit about myself. I have a child, so around that time was when he was born, so I didn't really get a chance to play these games. So I always want to go back and make sure I pick up on games that were hot. I mean, any year. So yeah, I played Watch Dogs 2. Much better than the first one. The story was a lot more compelling. The characters were, at least your main characters, were a lot more fleshed out. Relationships were cool. Yeah, easy platinum. Took me 19 hours. If anyone cares about platinum in games, it's real easy.
Yeah.
Platinum number 26. So I just started Dishonored 2 today. I only did the intro, playing as Emily.
It's the way to be.
Right.
You played as Corvo, didn't you, David?
No, he also played as Emily.
I played as Emily. Yep.
Oh, did you?
We'll go to second playthrough.
I thought you played as Corvo.
Are you? Yeah. My second playthrough, of course, will be Corvo. I'm just fucking shit up right now.
Yeah, Emily's way better.
So, I don't know. Huge fan of the first Dishonored.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll like Dishonored 2 just as much.
Dishonored 2 is awesome. Masterclass in level design.
We'll see about that.
Absolutely.
We'll see.
But yeah, Watch Dogs 2 I thought was really cool. I actually really like that game as like a kind of, it's shitty to say because like hundreds of people worked years on that game. It's kind of like interstitiary between GTA games.
Yeah.
For to say kind of what I feel about it is like that it hits that kind of itch without being too all encompassing the way GTA games are, where they have the online and all that stuff.
Yeah. I'll say one thing in Watch Dogs' favor though. The satire in that was like so much better in my opinion.
You think
GTA.
so?
Yeah. I liked the jokes they had to say. It was relevant.
Yeah, they were really good at like lampooning like the tech bro kind of industry.
So I enjoyed that.
Yeah. So yeah, I feel like that was a good discussion we had there about stuff. So yeah, we right now we're gonna go into the topic of the show, which is the all the games that I felt like were significant enough in a way to talk about that have been announced and confirmed that are coming out this year. And to start that off, the earliest confirmed, and I just kind of want to get your guys' take on what you think about this game. Do you care? Is it gonna like hit this date? Like kind of what your feelings are on all of this.
So what's the first one up?
The first one is Rime. It's from the Spanish developer Tequila Works.
Huge fan of Tequila Works.
Yeah, they did.
I can't remember.
What the fuck? Why did
you say I know the name, and I know that when you say the game, I know when you say the game that they made.
Huge fan.
When I say huge fan, I mean
and Sexy Brutale.
Yeah.
That's all they made?
Yeah, they made that.
Fuck them then. Get the fuck out of here.
No, but mind. So this game, if you're unfamiliar with it, it looks like fucking Wind Waker.
I'm a huge fan of Tequila, so I don't blame you.
Yeah.
For saying that.
That's what I thought it was about. I thought it was
I'm
about
not a
drinking,
huge fan of
so.
Just Tequila.
Rime.
What do you care? Do you care about this game, David?
No.
Okay.
And I'm really
on to the next one.
On the next one.
No, I want to talk about it. It looks like The Witness. It has that art style that games have.
What's wrong with it? What's wrong with looking like The Witness?
Yeah, The Witness.
It's fine. It's just goddamn. We've had like 6 games released with this art style.
Such as what? The Witness.
The Witness. Hang on. I gotta think now. See, this is like your bullshit. With
Yeah.
Tequila Works, right? Now, how about this though? Because Rime, and I know we talked about, at least you guys talked about this on last podcast or two. I can't remember which one. The price of it But just imagine when that price goes down. If it plays like The Witness, dude, you get Witness on the go. Because I can guarantee you're not getting The Witness on the Nintendo Switch, but you can play Rhyme on it.
It's not like The Witness. It's more like Wind Waker, I think.
Hey, is it puzzles?
It's just puzzles.
It's puzzle, but it's
I
not
like puzzles.
It's
I'll
not
play it.
line puzzles like The Witness.
I don't give a fuck. It's puzzles, right? Boil
Yeah,
it down to what it is. It's
It
puzzles.
Yeah,
I'm not
it
the
is
biggest
an
puzzle guy.
explorative world kind of thing too. I think it
I'm
looks
not a
really
big
cool.
puzzle guy either.
So I'm
Might be cool.
holding out hope for this game. Who knows how it'll turn out? Next game, I don't think any of us really care about is Tekken.
Oh no, huge Tekken fan.
You really care about Tekken? You care about Yoshimitsu?
I never buy these. I suck ass at fighting games. I'm never gonna buy it at launch. I'm never gonna play it online. But you better believe when it's about $25-$30, I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna play the shit out of King. I'm gonna dress him up like
who's
some
the
crazy
polar
shit.
bear?
Kuma or Kuma.
I fucked with
Kumo.
the polar bear in Tekken Tag.
Tekken Tag. Never played that one. I've played like Tekken 2, Tekken 3, Dark Resurrection, and I want to say 5 on the PSP. Huge fan of Tekken. One of my favorite fighting games.
Yoshimitsu and the polar bear were my shit.
I like the move where he kills himself.
Yeah, where
He
you
stabs
you
him
can get somebody behind you.
Yeah, I like that one.
That's the jam. So yeah, we don't care about Tekken.
No,
Not like
shit.
shit on Tekken, but
I do.
ARMS is June 16th, and we all kind of talked about this earlier.
Yeah,
We're all kind of I'm sold to a certain degree on
On
it.
that on that arm train.
Yeah. Next is something I never heard of. It's a 3DS game called Ever Oasis.
All right, I'm just throwing this out there because my thing is this is one that's on my 3DS radar. But I'm really hoping that it's the last 3DS game I have to care about.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? But it looks fun. The art style is awesome.
Holy shit, is that a snake girl?
Yeah.
Lizard girl? Sold.
Yeah. See,
Sold.
he didn't know, but now he's sold.
Cute
Everybody's-
as fuck. Yep.
I just hope it's the last one I have to care about. But I'm keeping an eye on it.
So then the week after that is the Crash Bandicoot trilogy, which is the remastered
Trilogy,
of the 4K kind of thing. With
Time for everyone to realize how not great those games are.
Crash sucks. That's the thing about Crash is that
I grew up
people
on Nintendo, so
don't want to.
I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna play
Crash sucks ass.
Give me fucking Jack and Daxter remastered or something.
See,
They
I feel like
did that. But
that's
I
the
didn't
thing.
get
Yeah,
it.
they didn't remaster them in the same way, but yeah, they kind of had the whole trilogy thing, and they did it with Ratchet and Sly too. But so like I'm interested in what's going on with Crash. I feel like just not so much because of Crash, because Crash sucks ass, but as far as like Crash, what this could mean for other 3D platformers from Sony, like the ones we just talked about going forward, and what they kind of want to do. Because like we just had, and I feel like there's another step in like these 3D platformers coming back to prominence. We just had Ratchet and Clank, which isn't like super platformy, but is like kind of in the same vein. And what's the other one? Ukulele, and then Mario Odyssey is this fall. So like kind of these games are kind of coming back in like a semi big way. I don't know. And then after that is Splatoon 2, which they should have called Splatoon. I don't get it. You fucked up, Nintendo.
I agree. Or Splatoon, like with the.
Oh yeah, with the 2. Like they could have stylized it so many better ways. Like it's a
But
shame.
They probably didn't want to make a Wii U mistake. Where people
Yeah, that's true.
just like Splatoon, right?
So yeah, what you I feel like you're higher on this than everybody else.
I'm
is.
excited. I never played Splatoon, and it looks fun, cute, and it looks like just a good time, and I like that. So
You might be playing alone.
Yeah,
that's all I got to
Well,
say.
you know what? Probably not, because you guys said the same shit about Titanfall 2, and I conned everybody into buying that, and we had fun.
Titanfall 2 was fun.
That's a good point.
That's
I did buy that, and we played it for a week.
I can do it again.
Then the next month is, I'm sure there'll be other stuff in between there, but nothing has like a firm kind of release date at this point.
Are you excited for Agents of Mayhem?
Not in the slightest. This is from.
God damn, this looks like an early 2000s PS2
It looks. It's from the Saints Row developers.
I love Saints Row.
Oh, I can tell.
And
It's
I
got
can.
purple everywhere.
Oh, it's
yeah,
just,
purple everywhere.
It looks so shit.
It does look like shit. This is another game that I'll be buying for $10.
Yeah,
I have played every single Saints Row, and I have not paid over $10 for any of them. And I will play this, and I'll be like, yeah, this sucks, but I'll beat it.
Yeah, it's not my cup of tea by any means. So I kind of and this is it's from THQ Nordic, and I feel like this game is gonna fucking
the new THQ Nordic.
What do you mean?
The new one.
Yeah. I feel like it's gonna like not sell at all, and
no.
no one is gonna care about this.
And then they're gonna close, and we'll have a THQ Nordic 3.
Yeah, THQ. Yeah. And then next is Middle Earth: Shadow of War, which is the sequel to Shadow of Mordor, obviously, bringing back the Nemesis system, which I feel like in a lot of ways is kind of like a marketing thing, where it's like we have this cool mechanic, but in some ways is like a really cool thing that I feel like other games should do, specifically Batman should do, because like it would be really cool if like I actually like it's not just like Ogre number 5 or whatever that like you're fighting. You know what I'm saying? If it was like an actual like if Scarface, if Two-Face had his villains, and then Penguin had, you know what I'm saying? Like I think that would be really cool.
Well,
But you played the first.
Yeah, I played it the first Middle Earth game. It was fun. I'm on the fence about this one though because from what I've seen so far, it doesn't really look that different. And you know, I enjoyed it the first time I went through it. Put it at that.
It'll have that fucking Batman combat. That's
yeah, I mean,
basically just a quick time event.
You're a quick time event, man. That fucking combat's awesome.
I like the combat.
Sucks.
It was fun.
The combat's like actually awesome.
It's cool, but Middle Earth, Shadow of War.
Factually, that combat is better than all the Platinum combat.
That combat is press X to awesome. And it is just so.
It's really not. Like I feel like you're missing the point.
You hop on that original Middle Earth for $10. Everything's $10 in my world.
After that, literally the day after that is Uncharted: The Lost Legacy.
Yeah.
Which is the story DLC with Chloe and Nadine, right?
Yeah.
From Uncharted. I'm really excited. We don't know that much about it.
I don't have to. I know Naughty Dog's doing it.
Naughty Dog's doing it, so like
I know it's 2 characters that I'm familiar with.
Yeah.
$40?
Yeah, I think it's $40.
Give me
Jesus
8 hours.
Christ.
Give me 8 hours. I'll be happy.
Why is that not good?
$40 for DLC? That's like unheard
It's
of.
standalone.
It's standalone.
It's like when you paid. It's like when you paid $20 or whatever for
I thought
Left
it was
Behind.
like The Last of Us Left Behind.
Well, it is in the same like world, so I guess it kind of is that. But it is supposed to be like meatier, they've said.
Yeah.
Where it's supposed to be
was
like
Left Behind $40?
Left Behind, I think was 20.
Okay,
But it's also like what, 4 or 5 hours?
Left Behind was like 2 or 3.
So, 2 or 3. So I'm saying, Naughty Dog, give me 8 hours, and I'll pay you $40.
I can honestly, it could be 2 or 3, and if it's so good, I can give a fuck.
Nah.
To be honest.
No, I do not agree.
And I don't.
But I understand your position, but I don't agree.
I don't like think time and.
I'll just borrow your copy. Then.
Time is money. Have you never heard that expression?
Yeah, that's your capitalist overlords telling you what to think, dude.
Oh
break the system, fight the patriarchy.
Fucking communist over.
But then after that, 2 weeks later is Destiny 2, which we already kind of touched on. I think we're all pretty excited for it. I want to see more from it, but I think overall it looks pretty cool. After that is Marvel vs. Capcom, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, right?
Infinite, yeah.
Which you played the other one, right, David? You were kind of into Marvel
I played
vs.
3
Capcom, right?
and I played 2 and I was a fan until.
Yeah, little bit of knowledge here. David actually conned me into buying 2 on the Xbox 360 back in the day.
Yeah, that game's fucking awesome, isn't it?
It was still I think
so
better than 3. It's so good, and I don't think Infinite.
2 is the number 1.
Yeah, 2's awesome. It'll be interesting. See how different or what they can do mechanics, like gameplay wise and all that.
That game does not come out until September, and they have already announced DLC characters. This is not a fucking MOBA. This is a fighting game. You don't put characters as DLC. I hate this new practice that these developers are doing with these games. I just don't get it. Capcom is honestly pretty scummy about that. So
I feel like they did a good job with it with Street Fighter. I feel like. Wasn't it? Couldn't you like earn everybody through like in-game currency or something like that?
I don't know, dude. It's as long as it's not fucking. What was that one game that did the Killer Instinct?
Yeah, that's
no. Sorry, it was oh shit. Oh my god, I'm blanking hard. Just keep going. I'll think of it.
But I don't know. I feel like that's kind of like standard practice for fighting games at this point.
Mortal Kombat. Remember Mortal Kombat had like $100 for the whole like Ultimate Edition with everything, and it was like people were like, "What?
Yeah.
Are you for real?" On day
Those
1?
characters suck too.
Yeah, I just
didn't you get Carl Weathers? Wasn't that?
No, you got like Predator.
Yeah, you got Carl Weathers.
Oh, yeah, sure.
You got a Stu, baby.
You got an outfit for Jax that made him look like Carl Weathers.
That's fucking awesome.
Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger. These characters sucked. They weren't good.
I don't know. Fighting games suck, if we're gonna be real. So
I suck at fighting games, but I enjoy them.
I have no intention. Then after that is South Park in October. So far, that's the only game we have that's slated in October, which I'm sure that'll get filled up.
Oh yeah.
And then it's November. third is Call of Duty World War II.
Yep.
Which I don't know. We talked about it in the first podcast. What are your feelings on it?
I don't care.
Oh man. Oh man.
So you're kind of. I feel like you're high on this, right?
I'm so high on this. I honestly don't play besides outside of like Overwatch, and the occasional Battlefield 1, which would make sense here in a second. I love historical shooters. The only thing that I want from who's making this one? Sledgehammer?
Treyarch.
Is it Treyarch?
Right?
Sledgehammer.
No, Sledgehammer. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
My bad.
The only thing I want is like halfway decent campaign. I've played all the Call of Duties except the newest one, campaigns only. I don't fuck with the multiplayer that much. Campaigns really, really suck.
Yeah.
Like these 3 companies have 2 years to put some sort of effort into their story, and it just sucks. World War II though, really excited.
Right for storytelling.
Hey, let's go back to World War II because I haven't done it 8 times already, but I'm excited still. Like I said, I like the historical shooter. Battlefield 1, I played a bunch, so I'll be on this for a while.
I like to think of it as like them being like, hey kids who have only played from Modern Warfare onward, new Call of Duty, it's in World War II. You never seen this
Right,
before.
whoa, they've never done this one.
Exactly. So I feel like that is part of it as well. Market.
What's the next one here?
The next one is Battlefront 2, which we didn't all get into Battlefront 1 that much. I played it a little bit. I thought it had some like good moments, but overall it wasn't fleshed out. With this one,
graphics were awesome.
Yeah, oh my god, the game's beautiful looking, but it was super light on content generally.
Single player story. Here we go again.
Yeah, so we got the single player story in this one.
Single player story,
and like I think
I'll buy it.
Yeah, especially if they do it, it doesn't have to be in the same style of Battlefield 1, where it's like the vignettes or whatever. But if it has like a cool story that draws me in,
I think we might follow 1 or maybe 2 people.
Yeah,
I'm excited. I think the story will be good.
Do you care at all, David?
I mean, if everyone gets it, like all of our peer pressured, I guess I would get it.
Too.
Yeah.
But that's the only way that I would get that game.
Okay.
I'm just not into EA shooters that much.
All right, so that's the end of games that we have release dates for. And then these are all games that don't have release date. I'm sure there are other games. I guess I'm leaving off, but like, I don't fucking care.
It's all good.
But these are games that are officially slated for 2017. Don't have release dates. The first one is, we just brush over this one, is Pyre, which is the follow-up to Transistor from Supergiant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that game looks cool.
And it looks cool. It has a really cool art style. It kind of looks like
a multiplayer game, right?
I don't know if it's multiplayer. Like it has the.
I thought one of their games is multiplayer.
It like I don't know. I don't know if it's multiplayer, but the combat like looks like Rocket League. Is like the weird
what?
It's like a soccer thing. It's really, go check it out if you haven't checked it out. It's very weird.
Okay.
Then there's Knack 2, which is slated for 2017. Doesn't have a date. And like that. Yeah.
The only face of PlayStation that I care about.
Knack 2 is coming out maybe. Crackdown 3 from Xbox or from Microsoft, I meant. This is one I feel like probably could miss and not come out this year.
We'll get into the debate about it at maybe another time, but Crackdown 3, I see it being a Scorpio game, late Xbox One, Scorpio launch game, Q1 2018.
Yeah.
I think we'll see it at E3, but I don't think that people are going to be as about it as they think.
Then Sea of Thieves.
Same thing.
I don't know if you care about that, David. This is one I feel like could come out like literally at E3 and just be like, it's available now. Play it in open beta or whatever.
That'd be cool.
Or it could come out in like 2019. That's also what could happen with this game. I have no fucking clue.
They honestly, because like there's some hype around these games, they should just hold them until they launch the Scorpio. Because if they launch the Scorpio without a decent lineup of games, you're just setting yourselves up to fail again once PlayStation brings out their new console.
Yeah. Then Super Mario Odyssey, which is in the fall.
We'll get that.
I could see this getting delayed, to be totally honest, but like that's.
I don't think it'll be delayed past 2017.
Yeah, that's, and I'm sure, and like we haven't said much about these because we're just kind of like flying through them, but like Super Mario Odyssey looks fucking awesome. I think.
I love it.
New Donk City.
Can't wait. New Donk City.
It's gonna be like Mario 64. Finally, they said it themselves. It's gonna be more open world.
Then Far Cry 5, which again I think we're all pretty high on. Because like I generally I think the Far Cry formula that Ubisoft has, where you do the outposts and the towers, I feel like it works best in Far Cry, like baseline, because like it's in like all their other games too at this point. Like it's in Wildlands, it's in not so much Siege, but it's in
has the same
But like
premise.
I feel like it's the best in Far Cry.
Agreed.
And then Assassin's Creed Origins is the thing, which why the fuck is it called Origins? It's so stupid. There's like a billion Origins games.
No. Give me that boat.
Yeah, I don't really care. You don't care about Assassin's Creed games, right, David? We talked about all this stuff earlier too.
Not really, no.
And then Red Dead Redemption 2 is the big fucking huge.
We're not gonna get it this year.
I'm
excited
game
for it.
You don't think it's coming out this year?
No.
David?
I don't know. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think so. I think they could do it.
I don't know. Rockstar's notorious for pushing shit back.
No, I mean, if they've been working on it since GTA 5, they haven't released any mainline GTA 5 story DLC, so I feel like they
True.
dedicated to this. So I definitely see it coming out this year.
Yeah, well, that's been it. This has been the Current Gaming Podcast. My name is Charles Blade. You can find me on Twitter at CharlesTuda. Drew, where are you?
You can find me on Twitter at Trophy Pops. That's Trophy Pops.
Yeah, because you're a dad.
I'm a dad, and I also like to pop them trophies.
Yeah. David.
That's clever. I like that.
David Morgan. You don't have a
My
Twitter.
Twitter sucks. Don't worry.
At David Morgan.
Next week we're gonna be doing E3 predictions, so stay tuned for that, and it'll be fun. But besides that, we'll see you guys.
Peace out.
Peace.